What's up, B96 Chicago? It's your girl Carla. We're backstage at Lollapalooza with Tommy Newport.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm great.
What are you most excited about when you get out on stage?
Oh, I'm excited. I've never been to a festival like this before. It's the first time for me. I'm excited to just soak that in and see people out there that came out and want to hear good music and just cut loose with that, yeah.
Is this your first festival performance?
No, we did one in Phoenix, but technically, yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean,
Lala is Lala. So,
Lala is
yeah.
Lala. There are so many iconic people here, and to share the stage with them must be so exciting.
Yeah.
How do you prep before you go on stage? Like, wait, do you have a ritual? Is there anything special you do?
Yes. So with the band, we have a full huddle, and we do a big breakdown without fail. We have to hit that breakdown every time, get hype, so that we can all get the adrenaline to walk out there and finish business, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So your name, Tommy Newport.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of Newport, I think of the cigarettes.
Okay, yeah.
Are we going the right way, or why the name?
The name came from actually my older brother, the Newport side of it. My older brother, when he went to college, I'm a bit younger than him, every time he would come back home, which was not very often, he'd have his little Newport cigarettes, and like I look up to him, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, can I smoke a cigarette with you? Like, you know, let's kick it.
What did he say?
Yeah, and he'd be like, yeah, let's do it. And that would be our time to kick it. And the Newport, at the time, I was trying to come up with just like a cool name, you know, an artist's cool name. And I was sitting there with my brother, and I was like, Newport, you know, like.
Do people ever think it's kind of funny because don't you have to be 25 to buy cigarettes, or is
Dude,
it 21?
I think it's 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can actually buy them yourself now.
Yeah.
Is this going to be your first time that you perform Sugar on My Tongue live?
100%, yeah.
It came out July 10,
It did, yeah.
the day before my birthday. So your song is a Cancer, in case you're wondering.
It is. A song is a Cancer, yeah.
What do you expect the crowd's vibe to be when you're performing it? Like, how do you envision it? Let's manifest for a second.
Manifesting?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you see this tent.
Let's manifest.
It's a little witchy.
Let's manifest
Okay,
right now.
let's manifest right now.
I think that song starts, right? Boom, boom, boom. We start playing. The crowd's just levitating completely off the ground.
Oh, 100%.
I look up. Everyone's levitating. I'm just like, oh my God.
It's become a religious experience.
Religious, whatever.
Church
you
of Newport.
Name it. Yeah, the Church of Newport. And then it stays like that until we're done. Everyone's just like, how do I get down? This is insane. So
when you get off stage, do you have any big plans to visit the rest of Chicago? Do you have any ideas of what you want to do?
I think the minute I get off stage, I'm headed for the Killers, and that is like my childhood, you know, band right there. So first priority is get over there to the Killers and watch them. And then, you know, we go with the wind. I go with the wind, so. And it's the Windy City.
Is this why you... Listen, he gets it. Is this why you let your hair down? Because you want the wind in there? You want to look like a freaking rock star?
Exactly right. I go
love
with
that.
the wind.
Now, with your genre of music, I know that you've had some unusual collabs.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about them a little?
Yeah. I've always loved the blend of hip-hop, rap, and indie rock and R&B, funk, that kind of, all that stuff. I have a wide variety of like influences, but the idea of getting a solid, you know, rap verse on top of an indie record has always been, from whether it was Dan Auerbach, you know, doing it with Action Bronson, that was a big one for me. I've always been fixated on that, and yeah, I think anytime that sort of proposition came about, I was always like, let's do it. Whether it's from Jazz, Cartier, or from Earth Gang, and then recently 21 Savage.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like 21 Savage is just such a contrast, but I think you're right. A lot of the time, lyricism and rap, it's all poetry at the end of the day.
100%.
Do you ever rap on your free time?
I'm not good. I have to sit there in my notes and write lyrics.
Pen and paper.
I have so much respect for you know, rappers and alike, because that is a talent to be able to just, you know, get out words in that manner. It's
and so
unbelievable.
quickly.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. When you're writing your music, I know that you just released that new song.
Yep.
What is kind of your process? Do you get into this helmet mode where you're like, no one talk to me?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of character world building. Like, I find like I shy away from telling stories about my life, and I've done that more I don't know, it's hard. A little bit of self-consciousness, you just sort of like, I'll avoid that, avoidance of it. But
we're not ready for therapy yet.
For sure, but I think with this album and this outfit, it's like knocking on that door. I'm sort of like, this outfit is one of a stuntman that has no fear, and I feel as though that is the name of Mr. Domino. And Tommy and myself, I have a bit of fear. I have a bit of things that I don't talk about or I'm worried about. And so this is like a suit and armor. The album is like, let me put on this outfit and it will embody all of the things that I lack. So yeah.
I feel like it's really easy to kind of hide behind a persona, right? Especially when music is something that's so intimate.
Yeah.
And it's your baby. If you show the world your baby and they tell you it's ugly, you're like, oh,
yeah,
I want to hide my baby.
Yeah.
So, what are the things that you're afraid to let the world see?
I think it's just like very human things, when you're making music, there's this pressure to like lyrics and stories telling needs to be, have an emotional element, and you're telling it about your life, and people need to connect. And I think that's always scared me. I'm just like, that's my stuff, you know what I mean? But I want to get better at that, and I think, like I said, with this character and this persona, and especially with how social media is going now, like, it's very much all the time online. People want to know what you are. And I found with like my song Tangerine that we've gotten, more eyes on through TikTok and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like learning that process of how social media is operating now. It's like, I want to create a character. I want to create something that people see and that helps me be more content with being online. And so that's kind of what I'm doing.
100%. I feel like social media has changed the freaking way that we consume everything, including music.
Yeah.
Is this something that you keep in mind when you want to release your songs?
Yeah, I think the key is like I've told anyone that's kind of in and around me, is like, I just want to, at the end of the day, make sure that I love what we're doing and I'm having fun, because I don't want it to just be this going through the motions. Oh, I have to post today. You know what I mean? Like, songs coming out, let's have fun, let's create some stuff. This is what this is. I'm having fun. Like, let's do something fun and that has meaning. And
no, I love the idea of the helmet, because when I think of a helmet, I think of a little kid who is doing so much and playing so hard that their mom has to put a freaking helmet on them.
There you go.
And sometimes that's what music is. You're playing, you're learning new things, and you don't want to hit your head. So you protect yourself.
100%. That's a great metaphor.
Yeah. No, and you know what? Another thing. Have you ever heard of the hair theory?
The what?
The hair theory.
The hair theory. No.
The hair theory in Hollywood, and this could totally be like fake. Okay. I don't know if it's real or not. Yeah. But they say that you can tell that a person is going to be super famous when they have like either hair or something about them that you can turn into a Halloween costume.
Yes, I've heard that.
You're entering your Halloween costume era.
Entering Halloween costume era. Hey, come October. Mr. Domino.
100%. With the release of this new song, are you releasing an album? What's the next? There you go. Tell me about that.
There's an album coming on August 7th. It's called Mr. Domino.
Yes.
And it's based around this character. And like we talked about, these types of songs where I dove into telling stories and lyrics and things that had a bit more substance than previously. And I'm very excited for it. I've created a narrative and an imagery, and that I'm really happy with. And I sideline it with like people like Bowie and Alex Turner, who create these characters for albums. Classic thing to do.
You're creating a world.
Sure, yeah.
Do you think it's kind of like your Marvel universe?
My Marvel universe.
And this is your first superhero in it.
It's my first superhero in it.
Do you think you're gonna start building on top of this character for your next album, or you're like, you know what? Maybe the next time you're gonna see me and I'm gonna be dressed as a pilot. I don't know.
You never know. And that's like, again, like a Tyler the Creator is a master at something like that. I think I never planned on trying to do that, but I knew I needed something to help me get myself, my real life self, across that line on social media, on just being more open to like, hey, you make music, you gotta show people.
Yeah, you kind of gotta play it.
Yeah. So this was like my thing to kind of get me there, and I'm gonna see how it goes, how it feels. and you never know. It's ever evolving. So yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
When you are on social media, how do you see the people reacting to what it is that you're doing? Does it make you feel good?
Yeah.
Or do you
yeah.
try not to pay attention?
It's a healthy balance, right? With Tangerine, like the amount of people that use that song to sort of, you know, be the anthem for their whatever it was that they were doing, whether painting or at the beach or telling a story about someone they loved or whatever it may be. Hearing like something that I made like in the background and seeing the types of audiences and eyes that it gains is just like an undescribable thing, you know? It's just like, wow.
When people are creating content on TikTok, it's almost like they're doing their own mini life movies.
100%.
And every time that they choose your song to be the background,
score, yeah.
it's a soundtrack.
It's a soundtrack.
And so you're creating a soundtrack for people's lives to continue to live.
100%, yeah.
I think that's really cool.
It's a wild thing to think about, but it's true. TikTok is a series of 10-second movies, and as we've seen of late in the last few years, like music is such a heavily involved thing when people are trying to show what their life means to them and what they're doing. So it's been cool to see with some of my music how people decide to use it.
And where are you in your life now? If you were to choose one of your songs that is going to represent where you are as a person at your age, at your career stage, which one would it be, and why is it so close to you?
Let's see. I'd probably have to choose one off of the album coming out this week. It's not out yet. Called Balloon Theory. It's sort of like this song about letting go like a balloon would. Very cliche, but
No, you know what? I don't think cliche is bad.
No, yeah.
I think cliche
I don't either.
Is relatable.
Yeah.
And when you're writing music, everyone's going to take what they can from it.
100%. This concept of balloon theory and you know, sometimes you want to hold on like to that thing, but it's like sometimes you gotta let it go. And I feel like that's for me at my age and where I'm at. I'm doing this process of just like letting go, just like embody whatever it is your work or your relationships or your life. There's a balloon theory there where you just like, man, it's gonna look way cooler
up there,
up in the sky, you know what I mean?
I think that's another really cool part about it is we do hold on to things really tight, and if you don't let go of things, you don't make room for new things to come
100%,
in.
100%.
And whenever I think of like a balloon flying, this literally just happened to me. I live on a 27th floor, and I was looking out and I saw a red heart balloon that was floating up, and my whole like life stopped for a second because I was looking at that balloon and I was like, huh, how fun. I think I even took a freaking video of it. When you let go of things, those things are going to find a new home and a new person that they're going to make smile. And I think that's super cool.
That's it. That's the balloon theory right there.
Did you just like invent that, right? Did you hear that, or did you like think of that on your own?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but I remember just saying like, oh, like a balloon theory kind of thing, and yeah, it stuck. So
I know that you have your band. Do you, when you're writing music, do you consult them? Or is this like a personal journey and then you bring them into it? Yeah,
the band, and what I love about them is like I'll go off and I will make all this music and I'll spend whatever amount of time, and then of course throughout that period I'm sharing with them like demos and things, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Like once it's all said and done, I kind of send them it all and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna have to learn this and this is it, and they're like the first line of like, is it what I'm doing cool, you know what I mean? Because they each individually get excited about like their parts and like what they're gonna have to learn and like how it's gonna be performed, and so that's what I love about the group of guys that like play with me, and it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. We're manifesting in this tent.
Manifesting.
When you release it, you said August 2nd?
7th.
7th. August 7th, Mr. Domino. It's going to be incredible. We're wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
We're so happy to have you here in Lollapalooza, and I'm so glad that you took the time to chat with me about everything.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.